Welcome back, everyone, to Let's Play Supreme Ruler Ultimate, episode number 16. Okay, well, in the last episode, we fought our way to a standstill at Vinh, Fortress Vinh as it's coming to be known, or at least I'll read a little bit of a role-playing piece, a news piece that was posted in the previous video. And if you want to read it in its entirety, I recommend it. It should be pinned or at least up there from the comments. This is from, I don't actually have his name here. It was like Popo Populus or something like that. Anyways, so this is a December 28th article. That's our time. Fortress Vinh threatened on all sides. So I'm going to read this, but I don't want to make the first I want to make the remark that any game which I play and I get very immersed in, I like to kind of imagine the whole alternate reality. I like to be kind of immersed in this alternate history. And that's what this game has been giving me so far. I mean, not just this playthrough, which is also definitely doing that with a very exciting, we're basically fighting the Vietnam War. But any game that you can sit there and think, like, what would it be like to be a troop in Vinh when they're totally surrounded, cut off, and get, the American army comes, pushes back up, and relinks them? Or what would it be like even just what kind of news articles would be circulating in various places, like in the United States? So the fact that I can put myself, or we can put ourselves in this kind of alternate reality, and it's immersive and believable, is like a big, in my opinion, a big props to the game for that. So let's continue. The subtitle is American Troops Continue to Resist Red Chinese Onslaught. Reports compiled over the past 2 weeks indicate NATO's precarious position in Southeast Asia. The coastal city of Vinh has become the next battleground following the dramatic fall of the French pocket in Yen Bai. Let's go look at this. And the American bastion in Haiphong. So both of these did fall, if we remember. This is not a news piece. I'll be cutting in and out of the news piece just because we'll explain different things. But do you remember the French were actually cut off, completely encircled here, and we weren't able to liberate them, but the pocket did survive for a while. And then we had the last, I think we had, 6 Rangers? Maybe it was 6 Easy 8s. Stuck in Haiphong, and I wasn't able to get them out. And other troops that were about to come in actually had to relocate, so they also didn't get cut off. Okay, so reinforcements originally destined for Haiphong have been diverted to Da Nang, or Da Nang, I don't know how to say it still, I'm just going to call it both, and rapidly pushed north to the front. NATO forces have struggled to keep their footing against numerically superior Chinese armies that continue to pour in from the north. Our boys are putting up as fierce a fight as ever, but we don't have the men to cover the width of our line. The commies do, however, and they exploit it, getting past our units and compelling us to retreat or risk encirclement, says a commander who recently returned from the front. I apologize for the acting accent there. The retreat has yet to turn into a rout thanks to the combined efforts of operations from the air and sea. Sky Raiders and Peacemaker bombers have rained down fire on Chinese formations, driving towards Vinh, leaving roads cluttered with burning vehicles and mangled corpses. While the Flyboys play Guardian Angel, cruisers off the coast have been doing their best to shell units who dare to advance near the shore. They even managed to see off a Chinese cruiser attempting to storm the Bay of Vinh. However, even our warriors in the sky and sea have suffered heavy losses stemming the tide. Sky Raiders and P-80s have had to get in close to deliver their bombs, putting themselves in range of anti-aircraft guns hidden in the jungle canopy. That canopy has also sheltered heavy artillery guns that have managed to strike U.S. ships operating in the littoral zone. The cruiser Pasadena was reported as one of the ships foundered in the waters near Vinh, so we did lose that light cruiser, it's true. American Rangers entrenched in Vinh found themselves under fire from 3 sides as red tanks managed to encircle the city. You remember that? Our valiant soldiers spent their Christmas fighting for their lives as fears of another Haiphong, the encirclement up here, as fears of another Haiphong seemed ever more likely. But it was not to be as tanks returned from the south, driving back overextended Chinese troops. B-36s were there as well, delivering large presents to Mao's brigades in spectacular fashion. The siege was broken on the 26th, and the Rangers received much-needed supplies to continue the fight. A small victory, but a symbolic one. Our men will not be left behind. So it continues on. That's most of it, probably like 2/3 of it. But there's another third if you want to go back into episode 15 and read that. Feel free to do that. He actually continues, the author, to then talk about how Eisenhower doubles down on our involvement in China. But that's actually the first thing I want to bring up. You know, despite the fact that we're going to be unpaused, or not going to be unpaused for this video for a very long time. Let's first, while I kind of try to talk about those happenings, what do we have here? A sub. Yeah, we'll deploy the sub over here. Get them into position, load up on supply, and then move them out. What do we have? A Sumner over here. We'll send her over as well. I mean, just send it all, right? Just get them all in position. Somebody mentioned that the Midway might have been stuck at the Philippines. Well, it didn't even make it that far. So we'll get her to start moving out west. I'm not exactly sure how the aircraft work. Like, remember, this is a proxy war. And we'll get to that in a moment, too, but... Excuse me. I think, so this was one remark that was left, one comment, is if I'm flying out, if I want to conduct air war via the proxy war mechanic, then my troops should be landed in one of the nations that I can conduct the proxy war through. So who is at war with China and allows me to have the proxy war, which is just the people on this list. So any of these, right? And we can go to the ones at war. So any of these I'm allowed to fly out of with my aircraft. And if they landed in one of the air bases of these countries and they fly from there, they're allowed to engage in proxy wars, which means that I can actually launch them and have them bomb troops. I don't have to skirt the coast like I thought that you had to do. They can just be deployed as normal. So we're going to have to take that into account. Obviously, we have to basically redeploy any of our air force that is currently in Thailand because Thailand is not at war. So that's not going to work for us. Unfortunately, the Vientiane here is actually very close to the front. So it's going to be problematic. Okay, so as we continue to deploy forces, I'm going to say also that I sent all of these people, I think every single one of these units, not the engineers, and maybe not these units who, have not been deployed yet. But I sent the artillery, the anti-aircraft, and a ton of the M103s. All of those have been sent to sea transport over to Korea. Basically, I feel like the amount of troops we've already launched, which is a lot, is either going to be enough to hold in Vietnam or it won't. And more troops aren't going to get there in time to make any more of a difference. From the terrain map, we can see that it's going to be pretty hard to dig in anywhere else. Excuse me. I don't know why I'm yawning so much. And it's going to be very hard to dig in anywhere else along the coast and along the road until we get all the way back to Hue. But if this much falls, I think that we'll make a command decision just to pull out entirely. Now, this is the thing I actually saw from the comments. And it's pretty cool to get the mature comments where not everyone is just rooting for the big explosions and to see as much action as possible. People are really trying to consider what is like a good option for the U.S. And I don't know, I just find that that's really cool that we have people who are interested in playing an advisory role well. I like that. In that, what are people saying? They're saying, well, maybe we should consider not fighting this war for the French. And that's a really interesting comment. I mean, I didn't expect that people would be so in favor of basically pulling out, doing like a really true Vietnam. Now, what I want to do is either commit to this war, declare war on China ourselves, and invade from the north, or I will just withdraw. Because, I mean, this is a lot of territory to retake once we give it up. That's the problem. It's so much ground. I mean, think of all these, anything French down here. I guess we can just look this way. So Burma is not French, though. That's good. Okay, so this is French, France itself, and then French. So these are all French, and obviously French Laos over there. So basically this entire area would fall. We'd only have Thailand and then China everywhere else. So it would be very challenging to gain footing. The only silver lining, it's not even really a silver lining, it's just a fact that oh my gosh, we're already allied with Thailand. So the good news is, if we wanted to go to war at a later point, Thailand wouldn't be involved directly, but we can launch forces, we can launch attacks from there, which means that Korea wouldn't be the only place we can launch attacks from. That would still be a pretty crazy fight because it's a lot easier to fight in a little bottleneck area, I think, than to have such a wide front, and this is just a huge front we'll have to cover. And who knows, maybe even Burma, who's actually starting to lean towards the Warsaw Pact, might get involved too. But okay, so 10 minutes, this is like the limit, as much time as I want to spend paused. So I think the other thing I want to do, unfortunately, before we can begin is mess around with the research tech a little bit. I'm going to pause nuclear supercarriers because it is the last thing in its line. And that's going to give us everything except for particle colliders. And I'm okay with missing out on particle colliders. We can just queue up the next one. Microscopy has the next two queued up. Okay, so I think microscopy is more important than particle colliders. So, and I think the rest of these, stealth, yeah, that one leads to a lot. This one leads to aircraft, I think. Oh, well, 61, 65. We'll go ahead and queue that up. Why not? And modern helicopter 3, this is the one, 1967. Yeah, so that leads to enough stuff that we'll leave that on the menu. Okay, so let's unpause and get to this fight, and to do that, we have to be paying attention out here. So, the name of the game here is use the aircraft as much as possible still. These guys are actually still okay. Let's see if they can go fight that. 6, let's get them to rebase here. My Sky Raiders have actually taken some pretty bad casualties, so I'm going to fly them down here and just let them R&R, let them refit. And we'll make use of them very soon, but... Oh, no, 5, what are you doing? Oh, God. We're going to have to move 5 down here then, because... they're out of supply up there, and this might just not have any supply. It does a little bit. Okay, let's risk it. See if they can actually save this unit or not. There is some units here. We have to make sure our units here are also doing okay. So we have a little bit of time left before this last, or well, next, I should say, wave arrives. Let's also ship over 2 escorts, because these are 2 light cruisers just totally unescorted right now. I don't expect that we're going to fight any Chinese. Oh God. Let's go. They're not doing it. They're not fighting. So this is what I don't understand when they don't drop their bombs, because they were in France, or French Laos. But I think they dropped their bombs if I didn't drop them down here. Now, one other thing I want to say. This is like take number 3 of trying to get this episode going. 1, trying to read that thing, and also 2, I'd like to do a little bit of prep sometimes before these episodes when it's a big one like this. Now let's first get this unit, the Peacemakers, go deploy their bombs. Oh, so they're just really pushing over here. Oh, another thing, off camera I did sell the only 2 remaining summoner classes that were not already deployed. There was only 2 in reserve. They are now sold to Thailand, or no, sorry, to Taiwan. We'll take the petroleum from Haiti. And one thing I noticed is that when I was like just prepping the game, I was giving all these orders and seeing if I missed something. And let me tell you, I'm going to miss something again anyway, but... Oh, please do it. Oh, yes, that's much better. That's good action. Okay, good. Let's get that going again. I noticed that the French did come up here, and they actually try to land at Haiphong, and they can't. But anyway, it's going to be a mess, unfortunately. It's just really an ugly thing. Please kill them. Good. Alright, this is better. That was quick, though. Should we even bother going that way? So are you dug in already? Not really. Let's continue to entrench you here. And have we landed troops yet? Nope, they're still a little bit of ways away. Any other capital ships here? It's so funny how we have so many units stacked up. Yeah, these guys are not doing their thing. Let's get them to go here. I don't understand why they don't bomb sometimes. I'm not exactly familiar. They are launching from proxy viable territory. If that's the word. So we had the most success launching them to this little cluster right there. I'm surprised that the Chinese haven't actually just taken that. Our supply truck is almost going to be overrun here. Oh my god. Okay, are they out? We have boots on the ground. We have boots on the ground. Let's get these guys to drive forward immediately. And 4. Still in flight. Okay. Yeah. The good news is they didn't have to use their military supplies to get there, which means, I mean, the good thing about that is they don't have to resupply in the Philippines. They can just fly out immediately. Boy, we're killing a lot of units here. Let's get 6 to do the same. You're needed. Okay, supply truck, pull back. We only have one of you, basically. You are desperately needed. Here comes the B-36s. Really has been our saving grace. Oh wow, that was already good. Oh my gosh, so many units. I think this episode started at like 330, so that's not that many, like 20 units. And we were already at 34, so we can tell since nothing's been up here that we actually haven't lost a unit yet. Oh, boy, that was perfect timing. We are really, really close to being overrun over here, so we need these tanks to move up very quickly. And you guys are almost in supply again, I hope. Try to pull this guy back before we lose him. He's going to have to pull back into more forces, though, unfortunately. Can you get out? He's going to get out, just barely. Let's go in. Okay, so we lost a unit. That was the Easy 8. Domestic price is too high. Well, right now is not the time to bother us about that. Diplomatic exchange successful. And we continue to support Nepal. So the support for Nepal is just because we want some in against China in the future. We'll see if it works. Like, that would be a nice natural in. I think that Nepal goes to war with them. See, this time they did not drop their bombs. I'm okay. It's a little frustrating, obviously, but I'm okay just abstracting this as the difficulty of fighting a proxy war. That we're not able to, like, deploy our forces when we want to. These guys, yeah, they're good. Bring them in! Alright, 6, you are the trusty group then. You have to go and get... Oh my gosh, we're going to lose them again! Or not again, but we're almost going to lose them. Bring in the supply truck. And the good news about Vinh itself is that thankfully the garrisons are now what's taking fire there. If I just press my cursor, we can see that there are garrisons. Oh my god, we're cut off again. Okay, let's go reopen up that supply line. It's very important, obviously. We are doing a lot of damage to them. We lost another Easy 8. That's okay. This labor shortage just continues to befuddle me. Just really can't understand how it's not getting better. So what we could do... I guess I never thought about it, but I guess what we could do is actually put things through in stages. So like right now you're coming in, you are low on fuel. But as soon as you get fuel, shift up to here, and from there you can do your actual bombing campaign. Let's see just one more time if they actually do. Let's, like, bring them up here. Do you guys still bomb or you don't? Like, we'll find out in a moment, because if they do, they will destroy this unit, and if they don't, well, they just won't. Yeah, okay, they are, it's working sometimes. Kill him, yes. Kill him, yes. Good. These guys to deploy again. Oh, what the heck? No, never mind. I thought we had a carrier here and they landed. Well, that wouldn't make sense because they aren't carrier capable. So good, we actually have brought in a new group of units, and I don't think that they can really entrench that much being tanks, but we'll give them the order anyway. Let's move up both of these units. And any even like semi-okay units, we need to just have like a rear guard. Everyone else can just leave. So this one's rear guard capable, I would say. These guys, not so much. We'll leave them all right here. And I mean, as all this is happening, Still, okay, let's give 4 a chance to, they're still red. I wonder why they're red. I don't know, so we'll go back to 6. 6 ready yet? No, they actually are not. Alright, we'll wait. We gotta wait. It's kind of nice to wait, though. I mean, it adds a little bit more realism to the game than just running night and day bombing operations. Anyways, as I was saying, Vinh has these 2 garrisons which are going to soak all the damage first. So it gives our rangers free ability to fire, do whatever they want. We have the artillery here, which should be able to attack. You can see it's gray, which means it's attacking from a good distance away. We also have the supply truck right next to it, which can just load up supply and then come back in with more supply whenever it needs. Wow, they're already killing that, though. Jeez. Okay, I think you're ready to go. Let's get you to just pretend to fly to Vinh. Let's get you guys to fly here. I really do just want you to go right here, though. See if we can help out with that. Are they gonna help? Yes, good. Lots of pausing. Oh, shoot. I know why. Let me close Mozilla Firefox just to see if this helps at all. I left a window open. Alright, hopefully that helps. So we're about to lose that 2nd garrison, which means we're about 50% down on our combat capability, or Vinh's capability. Boy, I think we've inflicted quite a few casualties. Yeah, we're almost up to 400. Unfortunately, the USSR is still claiming victory. Now, where are the French? There they are. Okay, so now we have another decision to make here, and I didn't make it yet. We have to see what transport capable airplanes are already deployed. What do we have which is available to us? And the reason I ask is because the French are going to come and try to land on Haiphong, and unfortunately we're going to have a very, very small version of what the disaster going on in Leningrad. We're going to have it at Haiphong. They're going to come, try to land, they're going to fail. And the only way we can actually help this is if we ourselves land some rangers. This is almost a suicide mission, but maybe it can succeed. I don't know. The problem is that this road is one of the 2 main avenues down from like mainland China to get to the front. So we can imagine, although we can't see that far, we can imagine that this huge trickle doesn't just stop here. It goes all the way, backs up all the way this way and that way. And that means that trying to take Haiphong puts us right in the middle of the line of reinforcement, which means it should be extremely heavily contested. So unless we're dropping something like, I don't know, I'm guessing like 16 Rangers, I'm not sure that they will be able to survive long enough. Now, on the other side of things, we should be able to supply in, or run in some B-36s to like almost, well, hopefully instantly neutralize any garrisons. And on top of that, we can also use some ships as shore bombardment. All those things acting in concert, I think we could take it very quickly, but we're talking like this is a very precision operation. Now, because it sounds like a lot of fun, I think let's just try it, right? And I'm not sure we'll be able to do it for the first wave of French forces, which are already almost here. But why let these guys go to waste? Let's give them something to do, and if that means putting some of our older transport craft at risk, well, so be it. So these C-114 Skymasters have 54 cargo space, and that is exactly enough for 1 Ranger. So they can carry 1, that gives us 4 that are capable of carrying 1, and then we have these C-119 flying boxcars who can carry 2. So that means we have a total of 8 possible, and we should probably deploy all of them. Now, I don't know these boxcars, what's the range on them? 36, so that should be enough for them to get here. And okay, I need to actually just select this unit. There we go. Now it should show me the range, give me the orders there. So this is 2600. Okay, so it's fine. What is it to go all the way here? Yeah, too much. Okay, so we can land there and then we'll keep going. Okay, good. So let's get those units back. Actually, we might as well pick up some. We need to pick up some Rangers from somewhere. Gosh, where are my Rangers right now? Well, these guys are engaged. You are, yep, you're still... Oh, you're... Yeah, I guess we have a lot of Rangers which we left in Korea. Okay, do I have any Rangers that have not been deployed? I do have Airborne. Yes, I do. Alright, well this is the... I think it's time for them to deploy. Like, if they aren't going to deploy now, when are they going to deploy? I'm just going to give a bunch of them orders to move over here, and we're going to find out where they pop up. I mean, we can kind of see... Well, this one's kind of close, but... Let's give them the order to move in. And then we'll just pick up the ones, any of the ones which are closest. Yeah, just get them all to come here. Ah, yeah, we have somebody who's really close. Good. And I guess we'll just deploy all of them, since there's not that many left. So you guys do not go anywhere. Good, you're not. And the other aircraft, where are they? Are they in... I think they're already in Asia. Sorry, not reserve, deployed. Yeah, they're already in here. All 4 of them right here. Perfect. Perfect only, I mean, in that they are pretty close to ready to go with the operation. Let's fly them over here to... There's an airbase. And we'll get 4 Rangers... right on in. Ah, here we go. Whole bunch of them going. These guys to stop because they're off-road. They won't move quite as quickly. All right, so that's good. We're actually gonna do this. We're just gonna go with this operation now. When we unpause, although I want to be looking down over there, I also want to be looking over here and see where units pop up. One right here. Actually, just gonna get this guy to stay over here since. Oh, well, there's an airbase right there. And who else has popped up nearby? Anybody else? This one, is there an airbase nearby here? No. We need to pick up units that are deploying close to air bases. Nobody there. Yeah, it's going to take them a long time just to get onto the road. Land production, village, no. Well, we could get this guy over here. That's not too bad. Let's get him to do that, and then we'll see how far this guy is away from getting on the... If it was train, I think he'd get there a lot faster. Let's go to this one, because I think it's a little bit faster to go there. So you can see all the other units, the M103s, are shipping off. I guess they already shipped off. Yeah, they're en route already. Let's pause and make sure I'm not missing too much over here. Oh man, look at the Russians are even patrolling still. Just really showing there to, yeah, if anything happens, we could be joining the war that quickly, United States. And that's the one thing I didn't show yet, is this war, unfortunately, being fought by proxy, it's continuing to give us provocation. So unfortunately, we don't even have that bad a provocation against India just because I think we're supporting them right now. No, well, or we were. In Pakistan, same story, we're supporting them, so no real provocation in the bottom. But let's just go to a neutral party such as Finland. Well, Finland's kind of Warsaw aligned, so let's go to Sweden. Yeah, but they're... Spain. Yes, Spain. Okay, so these guys are neutral, and yeah, you can see that we do have a little provocation against them. What about Saudi Arabia? They're kind of neutral-ish. Yeah, we have a lot of provocation against them, and I think basically when you fight this proxy war, you do create provocation against everyone, and that's bad because that means you're essentially causing the whole world to shift to the Warsaw Pact, which we don't want. We really don't want. So what I want to do then as a final thing, I guess this is what's going to happen, although I'm not sure if I'll pull it off in this episode. What I want to do is... Yeah, good. We have our Rangers here ready to go. Okay, good. So let's grab one at a time. Load into 1. This guy is going to load into 2. Next is going to load into 3. Next into 4. So if we're just watching this queue, boop, just like that, all the Rangers are gone because they're all loaded in. You can see this little truck with an arrow on it. That means that somebody's been loaded in there. And if I just rest my cursor here, in the cargo tab right around here, you can see that it now shows 0 out of 54 cargo is available. And I have infantry, 461st Rangers, loaded under that cargo thing. So these guys are ready to go now. Let's move them. I guess let's move them. I need to fly out of the proxy war area, I'm pretty sure. So we'll get them down here. I'm going to get them here and just move these guys even further back. They're just repairing. We probably could, actually, we can just send them anywhere else. We can send them to Thailand. They're not flying missions, so you guys go and sit in here. I'm not going to try to pronounce that. My goodness. And we do want to still fly some missions. Oh, is that damage? No. I mean, we are taking some damage, but that's not our units. That's what? Oh, Warhawk. We're flying Warhawks. P-40N Warhawks. Oh my gosh, these are very, very, very old. Alright, so let's see how this works. Are they going to assist this poor Philippines unit? So good, I guess we should be supplying the Philippines. Awesome. Yeah, good damage. That was good damage. Oh wow, we actually killed that unit even. So look at the Philippines unit is it's an elite guard, no wonder. It's actually pushing back. What do we have? Any more arriving? No, not anytime soon. Okay, so let's go back to the United States and let's get our other troop transports loaded up. So you are going to move here. That guy's ready to go. I need it. Where are you guys? That's our ranger coming down right there. He's still pretty far up there. Did this guy make it? He's a ways off. What about this guy? He's a ways off. Good lord. Nobody's obliging me here. Well, he will be at a airfield soonish. He left one. I don't know. Do I want to turn him around? Yeah, I guess I do. I don't know. They're all equally slow to get where they want to go. Yeah, this one's going to make it much faster. Okay, this guy's going to be the one. Perfect. Let's get him down there. This guy, load up. Okay, he's loaded in. And move out. Alright, so here's the second one. The Midway should already have been underway. She had a small escort. Is this her? Nope. She is. Ah, she made it. Okay, so we're going to refuel here. And look at this. The Iowa classes have arrived. Amazing. We'll get the whole kit and caboodle. It's like basically my favorite saying of this series. To move over here. So far, so good. One thing I really don't like is it's pushing the south, but what are you gonna do about it? Is the big question. I don't know if these guys are ready to go yet. Yeah, looks like it. Now 4. Can you guys contribute at all? Oh, good. This is happening. That's good to see. Just want to eliminate as many units as possible before we decide to pull back or leave the French to wander in or whatever we end up doing. Okay, so let's just quickly check to see if this unit has arrived. It's not arrived yet. Okay, fair enough. 5. Oh good, they're still bombing. 4 is making its way. Nice. Oh, it's so wonderful. And 6. There it is. These guys are all retreating. Well, let's just cut them off and do some damage. Oh, I see. They're pushing. So this entire area looks like it's going to fall in the end. So that probably will remain Chinese after this. Yeah, these guys are a little bit out of supply. I'm going to prioritize them. Oh, very nice. Just go up and I think whatever is left can probably kill this unit. That did not take much. There it is, just as I expected or suspected. Is this guy here yet? So close. Oh my gosh, just what are you doing? Go faster. Okay, these are returning. 4, looks like it's good to go. Okay, let's move up 4 again. And here comes the French. By the way, are my... yeah, my troop transports are ready to go. Alright, it's risky. Do we go with the operation with only 4? We could probably drop them off, try to get the other troops, the other 4. Oh my god, I only launched 2. What was I thinking? These can hold more than that. Okay, well, let's see if we can quickly solve this. Yeah, I think we can. What we can do is... Wait, what are you guys doing? Wait. Oh, they're landing here. Okay, they're just landing there. Got it. Alright, let's unload all the troops here. Okay, and then grab these guys as soon as they're refueled. I think they might even be ready. Yeah, it looks like they're good to go. We're going to fly them back and pick up some more troops. Which means that, yes, we do want all the Rangers to move over. I think we can just grab them here. 1, 2, 3, that's good. So, if you aren't ready, just go ahead and come on over anyway, because those guys will probably be back by the time... Well, we might as well wait. So close. Hell, I mean, if we fly over with 6, I think that's a good number. I'm willing to risk 6. Okay, 3,600 is the range. Here's our indicator. Yeah, I have to stop here. In the Northern Marianas. And then we probably can make it all the way back from there. Who's going on the raid right now? 5, 6, 4. 4 is. This might be 4's first raid. And like, when these are retreating, where are they retreating? Right into the line of where I want to drop my troops. Not ideal. Here comes the units. Oh god, they're going to take a long time to do this. What? Oh, they're going to rebase there first? Okay, that's fine. I thought for a second that they were actually going to try to fly through, but they are not. They're not that stupid, thankfully. So right now, Vin's holding. I mean, we look at it from that perspective. Things are going well. And we have this huge daring... Oh, what? They landed? I can't tell what's going on. Okay, wait. Okay, we need to push... we need to push the French line forward. And this is the naval line. So we'll be doing this... Yeah, actually forget you guys going anywhere. We don't need the capital ship. Well, yeah, actually we do. Forget it. We do need the capital ships because... By the way, where are Iowas? Are they here? Oh, they are. Oh my gosh, yes. So let's get them to team up. Here, go here. And then let's leave 1, 2... Wait, what kind of escorts are these? Robert Smiths. Yeah, that's probably fine, because... I don't know. I don't think it really matters. Let's get them to all escort the Wisconsin. So when all of these 3 team up, we'll send this brutal wave of really amazing battleships. We're sending our Iowas, for crying out loud, all the way over here. Let's push in. Just keep pushing. Yeah, I know that you're going to get distracted, but I don't want you to get distracted. I want you to just stay over to the right. Don't even shoot. This is more about not... Oh, this is a lot of units. I don't know if this is going to be successful. Yeah, I'm having big second thoughts, but I think we commit to it anyway. I would say that I don't hold out high hope for its success. Well, we're going to go for it. And where are those airplanes? Well, they didn't get destroyed. Five is having trouble landing here because I think there's too many things. Oh, our artillery came in with another easy 8. Well, okay, fantastic. Maybe we should try to push back. Does seem a little bold at the moment, but maybe it's possible. We more or less have eliminated the troops in this area. And this is, see, we really need to conduct this operation. Okay, let's go and find these aircraft, these deserters. They actually did fly through. See, that's not supposed to be possible. But I guess it is if you're flying. They flew from a region which was at war with China. So, alright, well, what's a few more hours going to be? Actually, it's going to make a big difference. This is the main thrust of the French forces. So I probably have already lost my opportunity. Unfortunately. If we find a big wave of French forces coming after this, we can do it, but I think we missed our opportunity. Oh my gosh, yeah. I don't even know where these air forces are. There they are, still making their way. Very slow. Okay, the Philippines wants military goods. The thing is, they offer this like almost half the value. I can't accept that. As much as I know the Philippines is even helping, and they, you know, in that sense, I would really like. All right, well, if we can't push with everything else, we'll push with. Can't push with the infantry. We'll push with our Iowas and stuff. Keep pushing. It doesn't matter if the land stays or goes or whatever. We just need to get all the way over here, and then hopefully, like, do we actually have? Yeah, they actually landed here. Gosh, I don't think this is a good idea. It does not look like a good idea. You guys still escorting? Maybe not. Alright, well, we actually land. Oh my gosh. Well, alright, what was perfect? Bring in the B-36s. Let's see what happens. Bring them all in. That is a lot of forces. Here we go. Yeah, this next wave. I think we might actually be able to do this. You see how the hope very quickly gets rekindled? It's kind of amazing how much those B-36s do. It's just really remarkable. I think there's a faster way of doing this, by the way, but I don't remember what it is, and this is like my comfort zone. This is how I do it every time. So, if you happen to know the better way, let me know. And save ourselves a little bit of time. I move back over here, and this guy in the Northern Marianas has to get going as well. So I think he can't. Wow, he just can't make it even that far. Let's get him there. We're getting there slowly but steadily. And this guy finally did make it. So now we'll get this guy going as well on his journey. I wonder if I can just give this guy an order to move to the Northern Marianas. Will he know? I think he will just automatically know to skip through Hawaii to get there. let's see. Did it work? Haiphong is open. Combat engineer. Is that Hago? Wow, the Hagos. Where do they have Hagos? We landed! We did it! We actually set them up to a place where they can land. So this was not like a terrible failure. This was, I guess, in a weird way, a success. Yeah, let's move there. Just want to try to hold this corridor open for supply reasons. How's the supply looking? Yeah, it's just barely there, but at least if it's there at all, that's what we want. These guys are all flying back. This is completely fine. Fours. So, you guys are ready to fly another mission? Answer, yes. Okay, well, fly to Haiphong yet again. That is, okay, I'm starting to think that it is not going to be possible for this to happen. I mean, we're taking a beating too. And those guys haven't rearmed yet. These guys haven't either. Jeez. So what's the casualties at? Oh my gosh, we've killed over 100 Chinese units, but then the USSR has almost killed 100 units in this episode too. And they don't have to, it doesn't cost them anything. Well, we definitely pulled them all back from Vinh. So, this did have a benefit, a mediocre one if nothing else, that we pulled them back. We got 2 more Easy 8s landed. We'll move those forward. We got our artillery. I mean, it's going to be a difficult task, but it's almost like we can break out. And I don't think we're going to end up trying to take Haiphong in the end. How many more French ships are even heading this way? Yeah, what? Is this 2? Is it worth it for 2? 3? 3. So they have 3 more forces coming this way. I don't think that's enough to warrant the kind of carnage we would need to endure to try to take this. Oh my gosh, it's just, there's so many units here. But yeah, 47 minutes. I didn't even notice that. It's already been 47 minutes. Before I launch this attack, I think we'll just call this video to a close here. So, in the next episode, maybe, possibly, a daring paratrooper attack. But the bigger thing on the mind, and the thing that I think the Senate, the Congress... By the way, I've been loving all the role-played Congress advice. Whether it's role-played or not, I'm very open to the advice. But I kind of like to imagine this congressional hearings and stuff like that. So our congressional hearing, the topic should be whether or not we stay in this war. So Dwight Eisenhower, let's say that he's really obviously vocally trying to support the actions so that the troops don't get discouraged. But behind closed doors, we really should consider whether we pull out. And that has several other benefits I'm not going to go into here. Let's just say the president's a little secretive, but he's saying that there are a lot of benefits to pulling out that we can't really go into details about. So it'll save, one of the bigger things that we can be open about is that it's going to save face. We're going to lose a lot of provocation with other nations. The bad news is it's going to make China a little bit more difficult to deal with in the future. So it's easier to deal with them now, probably. But at the same time, we're going to have much better technology later, so that may be entirely false. Whatever the case is, I'm sure you can come up with your own list of pros and cons. For now, let's call this video to a close. It's already gone on way too long, so thanks for watching, and until the next episode, take care.